guys, so I thought today would be a great time to do a plant tour, and I just want to preface this. I by no means have an incredible plant collection or anything like that. I haven't been collecting plants for a really long time or anything. I just graduated 2 years ago, and so now I finally feel like I can spend time on this hobby. I have 2 small children, so that also factors into how many plants I get, and we're in a rental. I feel like I can't really make the space quite exactly how I would want because there's a lot I can't do as a renter. So if you're in the same boat, give this video a like. This will kind of just be like my base video of my plant collection, of where it started, and hopefully as time goes on and as you guys follow along, it will just get better and better. I'm hoping. So let's get started. I have right here my Dracaena Marginata. I have a yellow leaf here. That's just normal old dying leaf. I'm going to remove it, but I wanted to take some photos so that I can talk about why plants do that, but it's completely normal. One of these stalks did die a long time ago on me. I don't know what I did and I don't know what happened. If you guys have ever had that, let me know like what I did wrong. Then I also have these little air plants. One of them is in a baby food jar. I know, very classy. And then the other one, I found this, I'm pretty sure I found it at a thrift store. And my air plants, I've had them for quite a few years and they're doing really well. All right, so next stop is my living room. And I obviously need a pot for this snake plant right here. If you guys know where to get really good, affordable pots, please comment and let me know. I have my prayer plant here. He's a little small right now simply because I have propagated him a ton for some videos that I was doing, but there's a lot of new growth coming in that I'm very excited about. So I have that. And then over here, this right here is the very first houseplant that I ever owned. So it's my special little friend here. There's also another yellow leaf. I need to just pull this out, but again, this is just an old leaf that's dying, so I'm not worried about this plant at all. I might just turn it so I don't see it, so you guys don't have to see it. So this peace lily was actually free from the greenhouse that I worked out for a little bit in college. Actually, a lot of the houseplants that I have around here are from the greenhouse I worked at, or they are from a class I took called interior plants in college. So a lot of them were just given to me for free, which I'm very grateful for, and this was the very first one that I was able to take home. Next, I have this snake plant. When we got him, he was probably about that tall, maybe a little shorter, but he has grown so much. But I love him and he's super easy to care for. I just need to get him a pot. Next up, I have this little Brazilian Hartley Philodendron. I just propagated him not too long ago. So you can kind of see he's just starting out. He's very small and hopefully soon he will get bigger. To be honest, I'm laughing because he looks so sad, just like right now. I think he needs some water too. The leaves are starting to curl, so I'm gonna be watering these guys right after this video. Next up, I have these little pots of succulents. I'm not a huge fan of succulents, to be completely honest. I always kill them, but these ones I have kept alive. Even though there are no drainage holes on these little containers, I'm just very careful with how I water them. I hardly water them, to be completely honest. I have some more succulents here. This one is like your classic succulent, and these are actually kind of like a landscaping plant that's pretty common out here in the West. What is that? You guys see this? I don't know what he's doing. Hello, little bug friend. Welcome to my plant tour video. All right, so moving on, these guys do really well in full sun. This one did struggle a bit when I first put him in full sun. You can see these little sun scars down here, but the new growth that's coming in is very much used to it and has adjusted really well. All right, so next I have this ficus. It's just a Benjamin ficus. This pot is from Crate and Barrel, I believe. And these rocks in here, I've kind of stashed them in here. They are from a friend who polished them for me, which was very nice of him. Not a boyfriend, just an old man friend that That sounds creepy. He's just a relative, and anyways, he knows I love polished rocks, and that's about it. Anyways, this ficus is one that I actually did air layering. So you'd come in, you cut away with a knife like a ring of tissue, and then you put on some soil or moss, and you wrap it up with like saran wrap, and you water it every now and then, and eventually roots will start to grow out from the cut. And when you're done, you snip it below, and you would create a whole new plant. So that's what I did with this guy. He started out pretty small, and hopefully he will just get bigger. I do need some stakes to kind of prop him up because he's getting a little floppy. Next, I have this lemon lime Dracaena. To be honest, guys, this is like one of those plants where I'm just not sure if I should keep him. Do you guys ever struggle with that? Let me know if you do. But one of the stalks, there were 3 of them, it just died, and I yoinked him out. And oftentimes I struggle with random stuff like this leaf just dying. Could be from too much sun, because he does get a little bit in the afternoon. But again, it's just one of those plants where I'm just not too sure if I still love it. Is that bad of me? These are ones I've just propagated. I have 2 Pothoses that I've just propagated. They're just kind of chilling here because they don't have a home yet. I'm kind of wondering back over here if I should get some sort of shelf and put all my little plants in there that are kind of just like hanging around. This prayer plant right there, and these guys over here. So if you guys have a recommendation for a really good plant shelf, please let me know. Over in this corner by my husband's laptop, I have my alocasia. I'll be honest, all the bigger leaves have kind of died on me. This is the last one. I also need a pot for this guy, so send me those pot recommendations. And I haven't had this guy for very long. I'm not sure if I'm really happy with it here. So again, if I had a plant shelf, probably put this one on it as well. Yeah, I have a little ficus right here. This ficus is a ginseng ficus. Not a bonsai expert right now. He is wired up to kind of shape him the way I'd like him to look, but it's kind of been a really big learning process for me of how to do bonsais. And again, this is my first one. He stuck around for over a year, and I'm hoping he'll be around for a lot longer than that. We have another Hartley Philodendron. This one is not the Brazil variety. He actually hangs down pretty low, but I kind of just hang him up over here. This pot is one that I found at a thrift store, but I really love it. It's very well made. It was made in Holland, but it's one of my favorite pots. I love how smooth it is. I love the color of it. And I think my Hartley Philodendron fits really well in it. So even though I'm a houseplant enthusiast, I am by no means against having fake plants. Just a couple weeks ago, I got this really large one. I'm not sure if I like it here. I'll probably end up moving it. This is a palm. I got it for 12 bucks at a thrift store, and I love it. I'm thinking I'm going to be moving it. But I think fake plants can serve a great purpose in areas of your home that are dark and you don't really feel like a plant could survive. So I love fake plants. Just because I like houseplants doesn't mean I'm against fake ones. Next, I have this guy right here. He is growing like a weed, which is great. He's actually starting to grow up the wall. And if you guys can see here, there are actually little aerial roots that have developed and are kind of hooking on to the wall, which I think is pretty cool. And it's happening over here as well. And you can kind of see how these aerial roots have come and just started naturally climbing onto my wall. I haven't done anything. I've just kind of set it close to the wall and it naturally just started to climb. So when we move, I'm gonna have to rip it away, which is kind of sad, but I'm confident that it will start to do it again with these little aerial roots. Apparently, if you try sticking them by the wall, they may just start climbing up for you. This pothos up here, This one has grown quite a bit. This is the one that I will take cuttings from a lot because it has gotten so long. So I'll come down here and I will cut off pieces to make cuttings from, and I will either put them back in the top to make it more full up here, or I will just make entirely new plants. This one you can see is just starting to grow back. I made a cutting probably a month or so ago, so it's starting to regrow. The last plant I have right here is another peace lily. I have that first one that I got over there. This one is just a smaller version. Every once in a while it will still bloom because it is a younger plant, but it has been doing really well, and it just kind of adds some green right here to our living area. And I think that's about all of my plants that I have. Like I said earlier, I don't have a ton of houseplants. I would love to get there one day, so I hope you guys respect that. I'm just starting out, and hopefully one day I can be where maybe you guys are with a ton of houseplants. But with a move on the horizon into an actual home, I just don't feel like right now is the best time to be bringing in a ton of houseplants at this very second. Like I said, this is ground base where I started with my houseplant collection, and I'm excited to see it grow from here. If you guys have a favorite plant that you think I should add, let me know in the comments. And thank you guys so much for watching. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel grow, and I really do appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great day.